Welcome back everyone, and today I'm going to be opening this AmiAmi package that came as quite a surprise because I ordered this months ago and the shipping I paid for did not provide a tracking number, so it was kind of just a waiting game. However, this is a good indicator to see how slow shipping is right now, especially with how expensive it's gotten from Japan. AmiAmi sent it in their typical fashion. It's very much packed in there with paper, which does add to the weight, but I'd rather it be safe and secure than broken from the shipping trip. So this is what I ordered. It's not very interesting. It's just two Re-Ment sets, two Pokemon Re-Ment sets. I decided to purchase these after Itchy Expo because I bought one, and then my friend bought me a little blind box Re-Ment set that I really enjoyed. So I went to AmiAmi to see what they had, and they had these two sets. Also, primarily I bought this because I wanted to give one to my friend because she really wanted to try them out, but they were really expensive if you buy them secondhand. We went to the mall and there was a Pokemon store there, and they were selling them for crazy amounts, ridiculous prices. And I know that they're so much cheaper if you just get them straight from Japan. Now, we will test that theory now because shipping was so expensive. That might not be the case. And that's primarily why I bought two of them. I figured I'll keep the ones that I like and then sell off the set that I don't, and hopefully that will get some of my money back. And if not, I'll just give it to my friend because I'm sure she'd really enjoy it. So I'll do the calculations of shipping and everything at the end. I'll go ahead and get started opening these. This is the first set that I purchased, the Pokemon Battle on DesQ. Now, a lot of anime series have things like this. My Hero Academia has a couple, I believe. They're little desk displays, each with a different function and featuring a different character. So for Pokemon, it's a different Pokemon, and each one is a different has a different purpose. So for example, we have phone holders, item holders. Sometimes there's sticky note holders where part of the figure has like a little clip that you can put a little note on for display. I think that's more or less what this is. It looks like, usually they tell you what it is, but they don't say it in English in this one, so I may just have to guess what it is based on the picture. I really apologize for that annoying ring, but this is all the ones that you can get. I mainly got the set for the Chandela. Is that actually its name? I don't think so. These are the Japanese names, by the way. I'm pretty sure the English ones are different, or at least for some Pokemon. They're not all the same. But see, we have some phone holders, pen holders, and then this looks like a lipstick, but I would not use that for a lipstick. Here's a better picture of the front. So there are 6 in this box, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. There we go. And I do apologize for my nails. It's only been around a week since I filmed my room tour, and they're already chipping, or they already chipped quite a bit. Normally I paint them with gel nail polish, but I've been trying to avoid having to use the UV light, and it takes a long time to do. It's a lot faster to just do these. They dry pretty quick, but they don't last as long. So here is the box. Battle on DesQ. Funny. And it still does not have the English translation of what it is. Let's see what the first one is. Oh gosh, I don't want to rip the box in case I end up selling these back, so... Oh, it's Tyranitar. And these do come with the little Re-Ment gum. Oh wow, look at him. So he is a pen holder, which is pretty cool. So here's the stone piece that it comes with. It's really nicely detailed, I have to say. I like the paint job, the translucent plastic at the bottom that they added some amber color to. Looks really cool. Nice and hefty, very solid. Does not feel cheap at all. You could definitely drop this on accident and nothing will happen to it. So really cool. And then here is Tyranitar. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Super cute. I will say he's a little sloppy in some areas sculpt wise. However, the paint job is really nicely done and accurate. And that's expected for a minifigure like this, especially since if you were to buy this in Japan, it would be a lot cheaper than having to pay for shipping for it to get to you in your home country. There are some scrapes along some areas. I'm not sure if those are intentional, if those are mistakes. But yeah, Tyranitar himself looks really cool. He's a little difficult to put on the pegs. I've been trying for the past minute and I can't seem... It's kind of hard really to tell how you're aligning them. They're very soft pegs, so I don't want to try too hard and then possibly break them. I'll get one in and then the other one just won't go in. So, I don't know. But that's what he would look like if he was on the pegs, more or less. Still really cool. A nice little display piece. It's not too big either if you have a small desk. I think this would be like a little feature. So the pen holder portion is a pretty good diameter. You can definitely fit a decent thickness of a pen in there. The only downside I think is that it's a little short. So while it definitely will hold your pen, obviously it's going to be pretty loose. But I mean, it does the job. I think it definitely could hold one more pen if you have some thin ones. But really cool. All right, next one. Oh, I see water. Is that Lucario? Yes. Oh my gosh. How did I not realize there was a Pikachu? It just did not register to me that those were two different ones. Now this one I really like because I love Lucario and I love Pikachu, so the fact that they're together for a phone holder is pretty cool. I don't know if I would ever use a phone holder like this, but Pikachu's stuck on the bag. So these are definitely much lighter figures than Tyranitar, obviously. They're quite small too. Just for comparison, here is Tyranitar next to these figures. So they're quite tiny. There we go. Which makes sense. He's a bigger guy. So here's Pikachu. Pikachu's absolutely adorable. I love his angry little face. It is kind of a rough paint job, and you can tell where the they couldn't paint the red on the electricity because they had to glue this little plastic piece there. But overall, really cute. And then here's Lucario. He looks really cool as well. Very nicely painted considering how small he is. And here are their set pieces. So these two make a phone holder, which is very interesting. Here is Pikachu's bolt of lightning. And each one of these has a peg that is a little hard to find on this one. So for Pikachu, I was wondering why his leg was so long, and it's because that elongated portion is actually a peg, and it slides into here. I'm pretty sure. And he'll just stay like that. And these bases do have licensing on the bottom. They say Nintendo CRGF TX SPJK copyright Pokemon. But that's what they look like. Now this, I think, would just work best as a figurine because I honestly don't know how you're supposed to hold your phone in this. I'm a little afraid to put mine in here because Pikachu is so tiny. Oh, actually, Lucario does a pretty good job of holding the phone. Mine's pretty heavy. I have trouble all the time with car phone holders because it's so heavy. But it works pretty well. I'm not sure about Pikachu. I wouldn't trust Pikachu, but Lucario does... Oh. Well, it's still pretty heavy, so I don't know how this would work, really. If you had a lighter phone, if you don't use a phone case, it's probably okay, but for my phone, it's not going to work. So for me, personally, I would probably just use these as little minifigures, but they are still amazingly adorable, and I love them. This is the one that I really wanted. Now, I honestly forgot what the English name for this one is, but in the Japanese it says chandela. But oh my gosh, I love this thing. It's a little living chandelier. It looks amazing. It's so cute. I was so excited when I finally got this in Pokemon Go. Now, you may notice it is slanted to the side. That's because it's supposed to be in a more animated pose. Here's the little base portion. It looks great. I love the kind of reddish purple and blue mix. And there is a peg here in the back and a peg hole towards the bottom that you should be able to slide them on. Oh yeah, that went in really easily. Now this one is just supposed to be some type of little holder for anything really that fits. The section's pretty wide in diameter, so you could definitely use it as a pen holder, but I think the intent is more, especially because it's shorter, I think the intent is more for like different types of stationery, maybe an eraser that fits in there, or I'm trying to see if I have anything nearby that I could put in there. It might be something more intended for makeup vanities as well, but here's a little lead holder that fits perfectly in there. I love it. It's so cute. I'm not sure if I am going to use this to hold stuff, but I'm definitely going to display it on my desk because it's absolutely adorable. I love it. By far the easiest assembly as well. I've been having trouble with assembling these just because they're so soft. The plastic is really soft. So I'm constantly worried that the pegs won't hold and might break. So I'm not trying very hard to fit them into their pegs. Oh, I forgot about the gum. I'm going to have a lot of gum after this. Here is one of the ones that I really don't care for. This is a sticky note holder. A lot of dust coming off of these boxes, but here is the base. It's very interesting. So this is something that is intended to display little sticky notes that you've written and you need a place to stick them on, which I think is very useful actually. Just not my thing, Pokemon wise. I don't really care for this Pokemon. Now let's see. So the peg is down here and the hole is right there, and then the base, again, very soft, bendable plastic. This piece in particular is very bendable, probably because it's a solid, flat surface versus a sculpted effect. But here's the Pokemon. I don't actually know the name of this thing, so if anyone knows the name, do let me know. I'm probably going to look it up as well and put it on the screen somewhere. It is cute. Apologies, guys. My camera stopped recording and I didn't realize. But yes, they're very cute and very detailed. Very well done, and the effect as well. I think this one's a very useful one. However, the plastic is so flimsy and bendable. All of these are made out of this softer plastic that the pegs just aren't very sturdy. So I did have to finick putting the feet down on the pegs, which are under their feet right there, just because I was afraid of pressing down too hard and possibly breaking the pegs. And then this piece is where, as you can see on the picture, it's intended to hold little sticky tabs like this. However, I can see if I were to try that, this piece might just fall off from the pressure of pressing them down on it. So I would not use this for that purpose unless I were to glue this piece down onto the peg. Other than that though, I think it's a very useful piece and looks really cool if you like this Pokemon. All right, 2 left. Who are left? Oh, we've got Umbreon and then that chicken whose name escapes me. I've still got the Re-Ment gum in there. Yay, Umbreon. Oh wow, this looks so cool. I'm biased though, you guys know I like black. There are some scuffs in the plastic here and there. It's a little hard to see with my camera because it's so dark. But other than that, it looks really, really cool. It looks like reddish ink. Very cool. There's a few scuffs. And the peg is right there. So, like the others, the Pokemon itself, Umbreon is very detailed, very nicely done, despite being so small. And there is a peg hole right here, so let me add that in there. Simple enough, looks really cool. I do like this one. And again, this is one of those generic holders, I think. It's not really meant for anything specific. I definitely think these wider ones, I can probably put my Cintiq pen in here. That would be kind of cool because it's a very thick pen. So I think it would be perfect for this or any of the ones that are on the wider side. So this one is really cool. Now the last one in this set. Let's see, what have I not gotten? Oh, it's the flaming chicken thing. Blaziken, I think? It's been a while for me. Gum is still in there. Well, this one smells like plastic. The other ones I never noticed a plastic smell, but as soon as I opened this one, I did notice the plastic smell. Now this one for sure is for a pen. You can see the indentation of a long pen or something close to it. But it looks really cool. Love the ombre. Again, the licensing on the bottom. Here's Blaziken. Again, they're a little sloppy with the paint. With it being so small, that's kind of expected though. He still looks really cool. Apologies for my dogs. And he does have a noticeable seam line here at the top. But overall, still looks really cool despite being so small. They added a good chunk of detail. And there's a peg right here. So, let me find where that goes. Right here. I'm assuming it's something like this. Looks really cool. And again, good size. Alright guys, and those are all the ones in this particular set. I think they're all really cool, but I'm obviously more of a fan of the darker ones and the Pokemons that I really like. This is definitely still my favorite, although I do really appreciate the one with Lucario and Pikachu. But overall, I'm 100% going to keep this one. Still not sure about the others, but for sure I'm going to keep this one in my collection. It's so cool. So overall, I do recommend sets like these. They're really cool, nice little collectibles. Even if you don't use them for the purpose intended, they still make cool desk figurines, and I would recommend them. However, I do highly recommend looking for one at a good price, because these, I believe, overall range to be about $7 or $8 each if you divide up the actual cost of the box. That does not include shipping to the US, obviously, but you know, they're not meant to be that expensive. So the fact that some shops I've seen are selling them for $20 per box is absolutely ridiculous. So definitely do not pay that exorbitant price. Alright, with that set out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and open this set. I bought two of these, so I'm only going to open one box. I don't remember the reasoning as to why I bought two. I think it was just to try and make the shipping worth it. Or I think I was going to order this for my friend, and then I realized I really wanted the full set as well. So we'll see how I feel about it now that it's here and I open it. But more than likely I'll probably be selling off the extra. I'm really excited about this cute little Pikachu set. So this is called Midnight Mansion. It is also a Re-Ment set Pokemon. And let's see. And this is the kind of set that you can build to make a single display, similar to the Re-Ment sets that I purchased from Ecchi Expo, if you saw that video, where it was one long road you could build, but each piece of road had a different Pokemon and a kind of different scene around it, but you could put them together to make one complete set. that matched the theme. So here are the ones available. I am really excited about the Pikachu one. I love how scared he looks. And I love this ghost Pokemon. That thing's pretty cute too. This one is the one I probably care about the least, but I love Gengar and very excited to open him as well. And primarily with this one, I really want to see what it looks like in person after you build the whole thing. Let's see who I got first. So there's no Re-Ment gum in these. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of pieces. Oh, we got Gengar first. So Gengar is up first. Let's check out what the figure looks like. Okay, it comes with a little base, it looks like. So there's a clear base, Gengar themselves. They look really cute. Look at this. So, like the previous set, the paint job on the Pokemon themselves are pretty flat and matte. He does have a little hole for the stand, I'm assuming, to match the artwork. Wow, it goes in there pretty deep. There we go. And then this is just a prop, a little desk that has pages coming out of it. Really cute. Does not move. A little static piece. Right off the bat, things I notice are the plastic smell. Very strong. But here's the floor piece. It's this nice little checkered pattern. And then I like the walls as well. They're very nicely detailed. Now, looks like it goes this way. I love this wall. I love the detail on the curtains. It looks so cool. The tatters looks like faces in some parts. And it is double-sided, so you don't just get that single viewpoint. You could take pictures with this, that's for sure. Okay. But this is reminding me when I bought that one Re-Ment set that was for figurines, the Nendoroid set. That was really fun. And this is kind of reminding me of it. Let me see. Maybe this way? Okay. And then this way. So I think it goes like this, but one of these sides had 3 holes and the wall did not. So I'm not sure if I did it wrong. We'll see. It may just be their method or them giving you some leeway if you wanted to build the whole thing together. That took me longer than I would have liked, but here is how I believe you're supposed to do it. The angled edges of the house go along the outside, and then you just place little Gengar in there with his little... My camera was not recording, so I'm really upset because I just started opening the second box. But here's what the Gengar one looks like after it's been assembled. I really do like how the sizes. You could definitely stack something on top as well. The walls and the outer portions of these pieces are very detailed, so you get really cool angles if you take photography from the back. But this is the way that I think it's supposed to be, with the angled edges of the house on the outside towards the right, and then you just put your little Gengar in there with his little dresser, and it looks really cool. So I did start opening the second box before I realized it wasn't even filming, and this is the second Pokemon. Right now I just can't remember his name. Oh, I didn't cut out the way through. Here's the Pokemon itself. Super cute. I love his little expression. And he does have a peg hole at the bottom. I'm assuming... Actually, oh, okay. So this must be where the stand is. So in addition to the Pokemon, there's these geometric pieces that I'm assuming are going to go together, because they'd have... Only some of them have peg holes in them. interestingly enough. And then there's this pillow that's really cute. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It has a little stitching and a puff ball, but it's really nice. The sculpt on it is really nice. And once again, all of these pieces are matte. So I did look at the box to see how this is supposed to go, and it goes something like this. So I did start assembling it the right way by accident. Alright, let's put that one to the side. So looking at these pieces, they do look extremely similar, if not completely the same than the other ones. So it looks like the backdrops may not have any difference to them. All the pieces do look exactly the same. So I'm just going to follow the picture on the box. It looks like these edges are going to be facing the opposite way as Gengar. So I'm just going to go ahead and follow that guide. And hopefully, whoops. And hopefully I do this right. There we go. It's a little hard to get them all in there, but there we go. And then we just put the little guy inside. They don't have anything to really keep them in place. So this one is a bit top heavy, and this elongated portion of his head does not help. So you may have to try and lean him against the back wall. Otherwise he'll tip over. It's going to be very hard to show y'all as well. According to the picture on the box, it's more or less something like this. He's standing to the right, and then the other pieces are just standing there. So it looks really cute, but a little hard to display because it's so easily to tip over. Next box. Who is it? Oh, it's the little fluffy guy. He's so tiny. I'm blanking out on his name. I have him in Pokemon Go. But he also comes with quite a bit of number of props. Then this very tiny bag that has a holder for him to go on a base, I'm assuming. I thought I went to this clear piece, but I don't see a peg hole. But he does come with this adorable little dresser. One thing that's kind of nice about this set is that it comes with all this furniture. You could totally use this for miniature dolls. Little tiny ones at least. Oh, okay, gotcha. So he goes in the books. And thankfully the peg hole's in the back of his head, not somewhere on his body. He looks so cute. Very, very tiny though. The books look very detailed. Again, everything is painted in a matte finish. The Pokemon itself looks really cute though, despite being so small. I'm not sure what this is for. Oh, I see. So this is to place the dresser on so it looks like it's being haunted at an angle. Might be the wrong side. There we go. So it stands at an angle and it can look like, gosh, is this Filmer, something like that? So this Pokemon can look like it's haunting it or casting a spell. That was the easiest assembly of these houses, but here we go. Again, all the walls are the same. And then you would just put him there. The dresser to the right. It's very hard to do this at an angle, guys. I apologize. I'll do a good shot of these assembled and everything at a proper angle later. But there we go. So cute. I love it. Alright, so I suppose this box said, let's save the best for last. And now we have Pikachu. Oh my gosh. So cute. And Duskull. Oh my goodness. It took me a minute to remember the name of this Pokemon, even though I love it. I love this Pokemon. Took me a long time to get its evolved form, though. It takes so much candy in Pokemon Go. So this set only comes with the 2 Pokemon, a stand, and 1 piece of furniture, which is fine. And the little chair comes in bubble wrap this time. Oh! Okay, so there's some assembly involved. Here is the chair. Looks really good, actually. And very simple assembly. Okay, simple assembly, but I can definitely see this being annoying if it's this loose. Yeah, I might just glue that on there, to be quite honest, because that's annoying. Then we have Duskull. Adorable. Very well painted. Has a peg hole at the bottom for the stand, but went over there. Because obviously ghost Pokemon need to levitate. And then, oh! And then little Pikachu! Oh my goodness, look at him, he's so scared! I almost feel bad if he wasn't so cute. I love him. Very simple assembly. You just add them in there and put Pikachu under the chair. Again, it's really hard to show y'all at this angle, but that's pretty much how it goes. Little Pikachu back there is so cute. It was a little hard to get him in the chair. His ears might get in the way, so you probably have to put him down and then put the chair over him, but he looks so cute under it. I love it. And then Duskull just kind of stands there menacingly. So during this portion of the video, I was going to show a clip of where I tried to stack them and it just wasn't working. However, I did it the wrong way. Here they are completely stacked. They look pretty good. You do have to take off the roofs from the bottom pieces, as shown here, but now that they're properly stacked, I will say that they look really cool and make for a great display. But overall, I do think this set is really cool. It features ghost Pokemon, which I absolutely love. I do kind of wish each room was individualized to each Pokemon. It kind of sucks that they're all the same, but I can understand that from a business standpoint that they didn't want to do that. They might have to hike up the price of these if they did that. But overall, I think their sculpts are great. The size of them are good. They make really cool display pieces, and I love them. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do like the ones that I unboxed. It's been a while since I've opened a Re-Ment set, so this was really fun. A lot of them I just don't have any use for. As much as I love the miniature foods, I don't have anywhere to display them. And while I would love to have a spot for them, right now I'm kind of reorganizing my room to figure out where I'm going to display the stuff I do have. But this was very nostalgic for me since it's been a while since I've opened anything from Japan. Again, the prices for shipping have skyrocketed. The Battle Desk figurines were 3,980 yen, which is about $40. However, the yen's value has gone down, so you might be looking at a $30 box, which I thought was a really good deal. I bought both of these sets on AmiAmi, and AmiAmi does tell you straight up what the US conversion will be on the listing page. Then we have the Pokemon Midnight Mansion 4-pack box. That was 3,740 yen, which is about, again, $35. But with the yen being so low, it might have been closer to 30 as well. And I bought 2 of those for a total of 7,480 yen, so about 70 bucks. Now shipping is where I was taken aback. Normally stuff like this is very light. What you're really looking for is the volume of the boxes. The bigger the box, the more they charge you. So normally if I were to buy like a decent sized figure, or even one Re-Ment set, 1 or 2 Re-Ment sets, normally it doesn't cost me more than $10 or $15. For this, it was 3,500 yen, which is about $35, but with the yen conversion, it's probably closer to 30, maybe 28 or so. The yen conversion, from what I've seen, has gotten lower because I was on a product page yesterday for CD Japan, and I noticed how much lower the prices were. So I probably paid more than the estimates I've given right now for all of this combined than you would if you were to order them right now. So in total, I paid 1,970 yen, which is about 150 bucks. And then again, we would subtract whatever the actual conversion is of the yen. So it might be closer to maybe 130, 100. If I were to divide 150 by 14 items, which is how many were in these sets total, each one comes out to about $11, $10.70, which is pretty good, which is why I don't recommend going to in-person shops and buying these if you see them for $20. That's ridiculous. I understand they're probably paying some kind of rent fee if they're at the mall or something, but on principle, I would not buy a set like this for that much money. It's ridiculous. I will buy these for maybe $2 or $3 more at a convention, but probably nothing more than that. And it always depends on the set because, like I said, Re-Ment sets do go out of stock. They tend to not restock or re-release older sets, which is very devastating because I've missed out on a lot of fake food sets that I thought I could wait on, and then they just never restocked after they went out of stock. So if you really, really want a set, I do recommend at least picking it up at that moment because they're in the business of making new sets, not necessarily re-releasing a lot of them. The anime ones, such as My Hero Academia, I have seen re-release quite often though, and that's probably because they're so popular, but they make so many Pokemon ones that I just don't see them re-releasing a lot of them multiple times like they do My Hero Academia. So if you really, really want something, like I said, definitely pick it up when you can. And I would say right now is the best time because the yen is lower than the US dollar and we're about to go into recession from what I've heard, so you may want to pick stuff you want up now. Apologies, I keep changing the lighting. I keep thinking it's darker than it should be or too light that you can't see the Pokemon. But that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I'll leave the links to these sets in the description if you're interested in purchasing. Once again, I got these from AmiAmi. The downside to AmiAmi is they don't tell you how much shipping is going to be until after you have checked out everything in your cart. You could try going to somewhere such as CD Japan. I'm not sure if they're in stock there. And these might not even be in stock because it's been a couple months since they shipped them out to me. These were shipped in February 14th and it is now April 18th. So it took about 2 months to get here, which is longer than I was expecting. Normally stuff like this that's shipped a surface parcel, which is the sea method, that goes on a ship and gets shipped over from Japan. Normally that takes like a month. They do give it 2 to 3 month estimate, but to the US it usually doesn't take longer than a month from what I've experienced in the past. However, it does look like there has been some delays in the shipping because it took about 2 months to get here. But as I was saying, CD Japan, from what I've seen browsing their site, does more or less estimate how much shipping is going to be right there on the product page. So you may be able to make a good estimate of how much they're going to charge you by the time it's time to pay. Especially if you do pre-orders, it's going to be a while before you know. But what they tend to do is you purchase everything and then they'll get back to you with how much shipping is once they've combined all the items in one box. That's what happened with AmiAmi. And it was actually a lot more expensive. I was going to buy a Nobara figure and it was like $100 to ship with her in the box and I had to take her out. Be careful about that with AmiAmi because if you do any cancellations too often, they will close down your account and block your address. So you won't be able to make any future purchases from them from then on, which is really sucky. But that was the first cancellation I've ever had to do with them, so hopefully I'm good. And before I forget, the classic AmiAmi card did come with the box. For any of you who've never shopped there, anytime you order something from AmiAmi, they usually include a little card that is changed every month. They do have a mascot, the orange-haired girl, and I think the blue-haired girl is a new addition. But they usually commission brand new artwork for every month's card, which is really cute. Here's the back. So I do appreciate that they're still doing that. I have a small collection of these. I do have a figure coming from CD Japan that just released. I'm very excited for her, so excited. I pre-ordered her as soon as she went up for pre-order last year, so I'm hoping she gets here soon, and she's being shipped through the air on an airplane instead of the sea, so I won't have to wait as long for her. But let me stop my rambling. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next video, and if you're interested in these products, feel free to check the description. Hopefully they're still in stock. If not, I do apologize, but they might be available somewhere else. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.